I'm wearing my sexy bodysuit as I'm being tested to the limit in a research lab to basically see how my feet and my body moves in general football situations. Now, in short, I'm wearing all these little sensors covering my whole body that the guys in the research lab in Mizuno over in Japan are going to use to analyze my body movements, just like they do with their pros, to use as input for their research when they do new boots. So in short, if you want to get a glimpse behind the scenes to see what happens when the big brands research for their new boots, or just in general see me donning a sexy lycra suit, well, this is going to be a very, very fun video.
For the first test, you'd be excused for thinking I'm doing motion capture for the next FIFA game. And while that would be pretty awesome, what's really going on is that I'm being measured by all these infrared cameras to track my movement as I shoot and run around.
Now this way, the lab geniuses, these here fine gentlemen at Mizuno, can see what I need to do to improve my technique, and of course also use their data in the development of their boots, where I need the flexibility, where I need the support, and how the boot needs to move with my foot. But how did I do?
ここに今見えてるのが身体重心の軌跡になるんですけど、これが今こんな風にキックの前に進んでいってインパクトのポイントで跳ね上がります。でこの軌跡をもっとスムーズにつなぐことができたらもっと、キックの質っていうのが向上していくと思います。
So he said it was perfect.
One thing is looking at a stick figure of me. Another thing is to actually see how my foot reacts with the ball when I shoot. And to do that, Mizuno's tech guys whipped out the real toys.
Now this bad boy right here is a high-speed camera which will measure every little detail in my shot. And while the footage might look a little bit funky, it's actually an invaluable tool when you want to develop football boots. For instance, when Mizuno did this back in the day, the Wave Cup, they wanted to make it so that really it resembled shooting with a bare foot. And so they actually went in and compared shooting in this boot to actually striking the ball in bare feet. In other words, if feet gross you out, this is not the line of work for you. The final test was to measure my ground reaction force, which is there to see how much in balance my body is when I change direction, and just like with the shooting, Mizuno had absolutely no comments. They said it was completely flawless. Now finally also Mizuno offered to laser measure my feet, and while it won't help them even the slightest in actually developing their boots, it's just fun to see my foot in a 3D shape and have the data lying around in case Mizuno ever decide to make me a made-to-measure boot, which they totally should, by the way. Someone make it happen. Anyone? So apparently the Japanese lab guys were simply ignoring me because after the shoot they told me in perfect English that my shooting wasn't as good as I thought it was. Apparently I need to plant my standing support leg with a lot more power because apparently that's where the real power primarily comes from when you shoot. So I learned something new today. I also learned that my balance when turning is good and that the Japanese thinks it's hella funny that I have a pretty high arch, for whatever reason. But despite the fact that I didn't do as well and proved to be as much of a machine as Cristiano Ronaldo did when he was tested to the limit in the lab, this was still pretty fun despite the whole spandex thing and the weird hat. But what do you guys think, and which football situation would you like the most to have tested by yourself in a lab? Well, usually let us know in the comment section or right down below. Also, don't forget that if you want to try out some of the world's finest football boots in terms of build quality, you can go and pick up a pair of Mizuno boots on unisportstore.com if you click the link somewhere way above up there. Also, don't forget to go subscribe to our channel with the notifications on, of course, by clicking up there, the green button, to see all the latest videos the second they drop. And finally, if you want to learn some really cool skills, all you have to do is click the playlist right over there. And with that said, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.